Welcome to Classic Game Room, broadcasting from the Intergalactic Space Arcade. Break out your PSP and prepare to crash into walls. This is Wipeout Pulse. Yeah, okay. Still have one. Good. Racing in the future. It's Wipeout Pulse for the PSP, released in 2007. I thought about doing this entire review in seductive future voice, but then wisely decided against it. I've played a lot of the Wipeout games over the years, and I like them, but Wipeout Pulse reminds me why I never really got into this series. It's because, even though I'm a fan of racing games, Wipeout is the only racing game you can play at any one time. It's a test of will, a test of skill, memorization, and reflexes. It doesn't play like other driving games, because it's Wipeout. You're racing in the future, and the future is faster and less forgiving. It's a great game, but you won't get very far without repeat gameplay and track memorization. If you don't know every curve and turn like the back of your hand, you'll crash and explode frequently. You've got to know it better than the back of your hand, and how well do any of us really know the backs of our hands? I'm looking at the back of mine right now, and it's telling me, wow, I have soft skin and should probably get out in the sunlight more. But screw that, because I'm playing Wipeout Pulse. However, since it's on the PSP, a portable game system, I could take it outside and play in the sunlight. Now, I'd never see the screen, but, you know, the option's there. Wipeout Pulse is one of the best games in the Sony PSP's excellent game library, and highly recommended, by the way, but it's not the Wipeout game I would start with if I already played some, if you haven't played any of the other ones. I'm not sure which one I would recommend, maybe one of the PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 3 releases, solely because the controls on the PSP are touchy. The Wipeout series has been around since the PlayStation 1, and even though there's a timeline, for the most part, the games are consistently predictable and good. They're fast, they're unforgiving, and they're cool. Wipeout has always been known for its stylish visuals and excellent music. Wipeout Pulse does it well on all of those fronts, and it does it on the PSP. There's lots of races, and as you play through the game, it gets faster and faster and eventually just impossible. And I don't think there's any shame in playing Wipeout Pulse on easy. Until you've memorized everything, you're not ready to be a future combat Wipeout racer. The game moves too fast and the track designs are too tight for any margin of error. It's a very rigid driving game. Beneath its flamboyant exterior, you're going to surgically navigate these tracks, or else you're going to explode. Now, there's a couple different ways to win races. You can try to blow up everybody else, which usually doesn't work, or just get ahead of the pack and stay there, comfortably out of weapons range. Although 9 times out of 10 you'll be fighting your way through the middle. There's a wide variety of race styles in Wipeout Pulse, everything from standard tournament races to time trials, and these ridiculous speed runs. It's a smooth-running, great-sounding game, but the touchy controls and small screen can complicate things at the faster speeds. But that doesn't change the fact this is still one of the best PSP releases. It even looks good on a big-screen TV. I'd like to say thank you to my friend Blake from Englehart, Ontario, Canada, for sending this to the show along with a bunch of other PSP games. The now obsolete Sony PSP is a great buy these days, now or in the future, and Wipeout Pulse is a must-have for the system. So thanks again to Blake and the developers for making such a wonderful game. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to get back to racing for fame, glory, and future respect. Also, I'm trying to run over Captain Falcon. Is he hiding somewhere in this game? Where is he?